Good morning, dear cadets. So today I am going to teach you halides of phosphorus. Yesterday I have completed phosphine. Today in halides of phosphorus, there are so many halides, but basically halides of phosphorus is categorized into two categories: trihalide and pentahalide. So in your syllabus, in trihalide only PCl3 and in pentahalide PCl5 is given. Okay, so what I am doing, I am just teaching one by one. Okay, this side PCl3, this side PCl5. So comparative study would be there and it would be easier for you to remember. Okay, so let us begin with the methods of preparation. Try to understand. When white phosphorus react with chlorine in limited supply, less amount, then PCl3 is formed. In the same way, when white phosphorus react with excess of chlorine, then PCl5 is formed. Okay, so limited supply reaction of phosphorus with limited supply of chlorine will yield PCl3. Reaction of phosphorus with excess amount of supply of chlorine will yield PCl5. Okay, now next method of preparation is reaction of white phosphorus with thionyl chloride. Remember, SOCl2, this is thionyl chloride. SO2Cl2, this is sulfuryl chloride. What is this one? Sulfuryl chloride. Sulfuryl chloride. Okay, and this one is thionyl chloride. Okay, now just try to understand. In the same way, when white phosphorus react with sulfuryl chloride, okay, here what was there? Reaction of white phosphorus with thionyl chloride. So remember, whenever thionyl chloride react with any compound, one of the product must be SO2. Okay, so phosphorus react with thionyl chloride. These are chlorinating agent. SOCl2 and SO2Cl2, they are chlorinating agent because they supply the chlorine atoms. Okay, so P4 will react with SOCl2, thionyl chloride, and it will form PCl3, SO2 and S2Cl2. This is sulfur monochloride. Okay, and this is sulfur dioxide gas. In the same way, when white phosphorus react with sulfuryl chloride, okay, SO2Cl2, then PCl5 and SO2 is formed. Balancing of reaction you can do. Now let us come back to the physical properties. What is PCl3? It is colorless oily liquid, always fumes in air. Always fumes in air. Actually, in air, whatever moisture is present, PCl3 react and form H3PO3, phosphorus acid. That is why fumes is formed. Later on in chemical property, I will write the reaction also. PCl3 and H2O already written here, phosphorus acid plus HCl. So fumes is formed because of the formation of HCl. What about PCl5? Just see, it is yellowish white powder having pungent smell. So just see, this is colorless oily liquid PCl3 and this is yellowish white powder having pungent smell. It fumes in moist air. This is also fumes. But remember, when PCl3 react with the moisture of atmosphere, it forms phosphorus acid and HCl. But when PCl5 react with moist air, it forms phosphoric acid, H3PO4. Here oxidation state of phosphorus is +5, H3PO4, and here what is there? H3PO3 +3, phosphorus acid. Okay, and again here what is there? Fumes is formed because of the formation of HCl. So these are the physical properties and methods of preparation of PCl3 and PCl5. Now let us concentrate with the chemical properties of PCl3 and PCl5. Remember, reaction of PCl3 with water and reaction of PCl5 with water. Always remember, when PCl3 react with the water or moisture, it form H3PO3, phosphorus acid, where the oxidation state of phosphorus is +3. Whenever PCl5 react with the water, the formed product is H3PO4. H3PO4 is phosphoric acid. What is that one? Phosphoric acid. Okay, oxidation state of phosphorus is +5. So now dear cadets, chemical properties. So just see, under chemical properties, two types of reactions are there: reaction with organic compounds and reaction with finely divided metals. So just try to understand CH3COOH plus PCl3. Always remember, whenever PCl3 react with any organic compound, one of the product will be CH3COCl. Means this compound is depends on what kind of reactant you have taken, but one compound, that is H3PO3, is fixed. Okay, means whenever PCl3 will react with any organic compound, one of the product must be H3PO3, that is phosphorus acid. Okay, and you can balance the reaction, there is no issue. Now this will be 3, so this also will be 3. Now rest of the reaction is balance, you can check. Yes, balance. Now C2H5OH plus PCl3. So one product C2H5Cl plus H3PO3. Okay, now reaction again you can balance. So just try to understand, here write 3, here also write 3, rest everything is balance. So this is phosphorus acid. What is this one? Phosphorus acid. Similarly, reaction with finely divided metal, let us say silver. Okay, now silver react with PCl3 and form AgCl plus P4. Silver is 0 here, silver is plus 1 here. So 0, 2, plus 1. It is undergoing oxidation, hence reducing agent. This is undergoing oxidation or not? Okay, now PCl3 here plus 3 to 0, this is undergoing reduction, hence what is this one? What is PCl3 here? Oxidizing agent. So silver is here reducing agent and PCl3 is oxidizing agent. So this is the reaction of PCl3 with organic compound and finely divided metals. What about reaction of PCl5? Whenever, always remember, when PCl5 react with any of the organic compound, one product must be POCl3, phosphorus oxychloride. What is this one? Phosphorus oxychloride. Always remember, phosphorus oxychloride. Okay, first product is, of course, they always remember, PCl3, PCl5, they are chlorinating agent. So they will furnish the chlorine, nascent chlorine. So that chlorine first will react with this one, CH3, acetic acid, and it will replace one H. Okay, so CH3COCl, this is acetyl chloride. What is this one? Acetyl chloride. In organic chemistry you will study. What is this one? This is ethyl chloride. What is this one? Ethyl chloride. Okay, this is POCl3. So one important information here, whenever PCl3 react with any organic compound, one of the product is H3PO3. When PCl5 react with any of the organic compound, one of the product is POCl3. Now reaction of PCl5 with finely divided metal. So silver, just try to understand, Ag plus PCl5. So just try to understand, AgCl must be there because they are the chlorinating agent. Okay, and now another product is PCl3. So here phosphorus is plus 5, here phosphorus is plus 3. So what is this one? This is undergoing reduction, hence oxidizing agent. Now silver is 0, silver is here plus 1, undergoing oxidation, hence reducing agent. Same way Sn also, Sn means stannum, tin. This will also react, SnCl4 and PCl3. So in the chemical property, basically these two reactions are there. Just remember one thing, actually when PCl5 react with water, so generally what we are doing, we are writing PCl5 plus H2O, and we know when PCl5 react with the water, product is H3PO4 plus HCl. Okay, so here you will write 5HCl. Okay, now hydrogen is 8, so here what is there? 4H2O. Number of oxygen is balanced. Okay, this is one step reaction. What is this one? One step reaction. Okay, Just see, this is, you can say this is complete hydrolysis also. What is this? There, complete hydrolysis. Complete hydrolysis. Okay. Now another one is PCl5 partial hydrolysis. First step. This is step number first. So what is the product here? POCl3 plus HCl. Okay. In the first step this will form. Okay. Now just see. In second step, POCl3 again will react with H2O and it will form H3PO4 plus HCl. Okay. Now POCl3, now please balance the reaction. Both reaction you balance. After balancing the reaction, you will get here 3H2O. Here write 3H2O. Please balance these two reactions. But when you add this one, POCl3 is cancelled out. Ultimately, what is the product here? PCl5 plus what is there? Now 2H2O. So write down here plus 4H2O. Okay. Now this reaction should be made multiplied with 2. So here write 3. Yes. Now H3PO4 plus 5HCl. Please balance this one. So this is step by step reaction. So the final product is this one only, H3PO4 and HCl. So no need to worry about this one. You can write one step reaction or two step reaction as you wish. But always remember, whenever PCl5 react with the water, one of the product is H3PO4. Okay. I hope that you understood this one. In this way, the chemical property of PCl3 and PCl5 is over. So now what is left now? Just some informations are there. Just see, if you are writing this one PCl3, PCl5, just see D2O. Have you heard or not? D2O. Here only I am writing. Just see. You are writing PCl5 plus H2O. What are the product? H3PO4 plus HCl. Here you will write 5HCl. Now deuterium oxide D2O, same way will react PCl5 plus D2O. So what is the product? One of the product will be H3PO4 plus DCl, here 5. Okay. What would be there? 5. Yes. Now 5, 3 is 8. So here 4. Here also 4. Okay. So just remember, as the water is reacting, same way D2O will also react. Okay. No problem at all. Yes. Now as far as the structure of PCl3 and PCl5 is concerned, already I told you. Okay. So no need to make same structure time and again. Dear cadets, just see here one more thing. So these two reaction indicates the complete hydrolysis. Suppose this one is subjecting for PCl5 plus D2O, partial hydrolysis. What is this one? Partial hydrolysis. So when partial hydrolysis is there, so in partial hydrolysis, what is the product? This is one step and this is here two-step reaction. Two-step reaction. It is not a complete hydrolysis. It is the example. Two-step reaction means partial hydrolysis. What is this one? Partial hydrolysis. So try to understand, when this one PCl5 will react with D2O, partial hydrolysis is there, then here POCl3 plus what would be there? DCl will form. What is form? DCl will form. Okay. This is one step reaction. Okay. What is this one? One step reaction. You can see here, not two-step reaction, one-step reaction. POCl3 plus 2DCl. Okay, no problem, I think. Yes. So please remember with deuterium oxide also, because it is given in NCERT book. Now there are some questions, and those questions must be discussed. So dear cadets, there are some questions. Just see. PCl5 dissociate into PCl3 plus Cl2, but PF5 does not dissociate. Why? Does not dissociate. Okay, just see, we have already discussed such type of questions. Why? Very simple answer is there. Try to understand, the size of chlorine atom is large. Okay, size of chlorine atom is large, and the size of phosphorus is not that much large. So what would be there? 5 chlorine atom cannot be accommodated around the phosphorus, one phosphorus atom. Okay, and moreover to this, in PCl5 there are two types of bond, equatorial bond and axial bonds. Because of that difference in their bond angles and bond length, what is there? PCl5 dissociate into PCl3 and Cl2. In case of PF5, what is there? PF5, what is there? The size of fluorine atom is small. Fluorine atom is small. Moreover to this, its oxidizing agent strength is also very high. Okay, so a small size fluorine atom can be accommodated around the phosphorus atom successfully. That is why it does not dissociate. Okay, this is the reason. Already we have discussed. So now this question, now some other questions are also related with this one. PCl5 dissociate into PCl4 and PCl6 tetrahedral and octahedral structure. PBr5 dissociate into PBr4 and Br single negative. That we have already discussed. See those questions again. Now another compounds of phosphorus is oxides of phosphorus. So just see, oxides of phosphorus, two types of oxides of phosphorus is there. Oxides of phosphorus. The oxides of phosphorus is two types. The number one is P2O3 and P2O5. Okay, the dimer of this one is P4O6 and its dimer is P4O10. P4O10. This is phosphorus trioxide. The oxidation state of phosphorus is here +3. Here also +3 only. Here +5. Here also +5. But they are the dimer. In monomer form, they are not stable. This is phosphorus trioxide. This is phosphorus pentaoxide. Okay. The most important thing, two important things are there. The number one important thing is their structure. Okay. Second one thing is their reaction with water. Okay. So whenever, remember, whenever P2O3 react with the water, just see, P2O3 plus H2O, the product is H3PO3. Okay, H3PO3. Write down here 2. So write down here 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 2s are 6. Yes, reaction is balanced. What is this one? Phosphorus acid. Phosphorus. Remember this reaction. Phosphorus is acid. Similarly, when P2O5 react with water, H2O. So what is the product? H3PO4. What is this one? This is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. Here oxidation state is +5, +3. Okay. Here also +3. Here also +5. Okay. So this is the basic difference. So same way, when PCl3 was reacting with water, what was the product? Sorry. What was the product? H3PO3 and HCl. When PCl5 was reacting with water, product was H3PO4 plus HCl. Okay, so here oxide react with water and form only oxo acids of phosphorus. These two are the oxo acids of phosphorus. Okay, so remember this reaction. Always remember P2O5 is very good dehydrating agent. What is this one? Dehydrating agent. In organic chemistry, you will study so many important reactions of dehydration where P2O5 is used as a dehydrating agent. Dehydrating agent means remove water, remove water from other molecules. So we'll use that one reaction in organic chemistry. Okay. Now let us study about their structure. P4O6, always remember P2O3 in monomer condition it is not stable. Similarly P2O5 in monomer condition not stable. So since it is not stable in monomeric form, so they form dimer. Okay, so P4O6 and P4O10 they form cage like structure. What is their cage like structure? What kind of structure they form? Cage like structure. See the cage like structure. First see P4O6. So just see P here, what is there? P here also P, here also P. Okay, 4 are there. Now try to understand here. You have to make here direct phosphorus bonding is not there. PP bond is not formed directly. P here O, here O, here also P, here also P. Okay. Now here what is there? Here also P. Now how many phosphorus atom is there? Only 3 are there. So just do one thing. Here O, here also O, and here P. Now just see 2, 4. 4 oxygen atom is there. But what you have to write? You have to write 6 oxygen. Don't worry, we'll write. So 2 oxygen must be accommodated. So don't worry. This phosphorus and this phosphorus bonded with this oxygen. Similarly, this phosphorus and this phosphorus they are bonded with this oxygen. And with every phosphorus atom there is one lone pair of electron. This is the structure. Now this phosphorus will bonded with this phosphorus dotted line, cage like structure. What is there? Cage like structure. Similarly this phosphorus with this phosphorus, this one also with this one. This is the structure of P4O6. What about the structure of P4O10? Now just see, everything is same only. There is no problem at all. Only just see in this structure how many oxygen atom is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more oxygen should be accommodated. Just see. Those 4 oxygen they will share here lone pair of electron. Just I am editing this one only. Just see here. Okay, separate one I am making. P. Now here what is there? O, here P, here P, here O, here also O, here what is there? P. Okay, so 4 are there. Okay, no problem at all. Now with this O, here O and O. Okay, now here this one and this one. Okay, no problem at all. Now try to understand here. Here one lone pair of electron, here one lone pair of electron, here one lone pair of electron, and here one lone pair of electron. Now do one thing. Now break this bond. Break this lone pair. Now here put double bond O, double bond O, double bond O, and here also double bond O. With each phosphorus atom, what should be there? One oxygen will be forming covalent bond by double bond. Okay, so now what is the structure? This one, this is P4O10. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4 oxygen. Now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is the cage like structure. What is this one? Cage like structure, P4O6 and P4O10. So in this way the phosphorus oxide is also completely completed. Dear cadet, just see here some question. What are these questions? Just try to understand. NF3 does not hydrolyze, but NCl3 does. Why? Just see. Explanation. See, whenever any covalent compound getting hydrolyzed, the first and foremost thing is there. Somebody is there, means one atom should be there with that atom which is to be hydrolyzed, which can gain, which can accept lone pair of electron which is present with the oxygen atom of water. Okay, just see, in NF3 what is there? Neither N nor F has got the vacant d orbital. So who will gain these lone pair of electron which is present in the oxygen atom? No one, no hydrolysis. So due to lack of d orbital in fluorine atom, it does not hydrolyze. What about NCl3? In NCl3 what is there? Nitrogen is of course not having vacant d orbital, but chlorine is having. So chlorine will gain these lone pair of electron which is present with the oxygen atom of water, and now it will form hypochlorous acid, HOCl or SClO. These are the oxo acids of halogens. You will study in the group number 17. So this is hypochlorous acid, and here what is there? NH3, ammonia gas. So due to availability of d orbital in Cl atom, due to availability of d orbital in Cl atom, it will be hydrolyzed. Okay, so I hope that you have got the answer. Next question, N2O supports combustion more vigorously than air. Why? Just see. Means N2O is a bigger supporter of combustion than that of air. Try to understand, in air the volume of oxygen is 25%, but N2O, nitrous oxide, this is unstable compound and it dissociate into N2 plus O2. So here in N2O, the percentage by volume O2 is 33.3%. So the greater the percentage of oxygen, greater will be the combustion process, vigorous combustion process will be there. Similarly here what would be there? Here O2 in air, O2 percentage is just 25%. So there oxygen is less, here oxygen is more. That is why N2O is a greater supporter of combustion. Another very interesting question is there. The bond angle of O and O and double bond O are not of same value in NO2 negative and NO2 positive. Okay, so you know nitrogen, suppose here neither positive nor negative sign is there. So simple, what is this molecules? This molecules is NO2. What is this one? NO2, nitrogen dioxide. This is odd electron molecules. What is the total number of electron here? What is the total number of electron? 17. 5 plus 12. 17 electron is there. And what is their structure? Now structure I taught you, their structure is bent. Just see here. Nitrogen and 1 electron, odd electron molecules is there, na? 1 electron, and here what is there? Double bond O. Here what is there? Double bond O. Okay, this is the structure. This is the structure of NO2. Here what is there? Just see, 2, 4, 8. This is the violation actually. Violation. So here 2, 4, 6. Now it is correct. Nitrogen. 2 electrons are shared here. 3rd electron is here. 4th electron is here. Here what is there? Positive sign, and here negative sign. This is the resonating structure. But suppose if you are not making resonating structure, so how you will form the 17 electron? Between how you will share? So here you have to write double bond. So here 2 electron, 2 electron. Okay, so now total number of electron is here 4. Here also 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. 17 electron is there. Don't write here positive right now. Don't write here negative, because I am not writing here resonating structure. This is the structure of NO2. Okay. Now 2 species they have given. NO2 single negative and NO2 positive. Okay. So now suppose I am forming this one, NO2 single negative. So So 1 electron it has to gain. I wrote here na 5, 12 plus 1 because this is negative sign. Then only it will have 18 electron. So now their structure will be like that. Now earlier here 1 electron was there. Now 1 electron will also come now. So the now existence of lone pair is there. Now where? In NO2, negative. Now these two are double bond here, okay. And now just see, these two are bond pair electron. So here what would be there? Lone pair, bond pair. Question says the bond angle of NO2 positive and NO2 negative is not of same value. So just see, due to lone pair, bond pair repulsion, this is lone pair, this is bond pair. You make like that. Here you can write, due to lone pair and bond pair repulsion, there is decrease in the bond angle, now try to understand here. What about NO2 positive? So in NO2 negative, 1 electron has been gained. And now in NO2 positive, this electron will go. So just see, I am making this side only. Here plus 1, here minus 1 electron. So now here what would be there? Now this electron won't be there. So now simple their structure would be linear. Just see, this electron is not there. So now here positive sign. Here what is there? Oh, now you may write here double bond. Here 2, 4 and here 2, 4. This is linear structure. What is this one? This is bent structure. What kind of structure this one? Bent structure. So bent structure, this is linear structure. Sorry, this is linear structure. Okay, so this is NO2 now. So just try to understand. Just remember here, NO2 plus 1 electron. This is NO2 single negative. Okay, here 17 electron. Here what is there? 18 electron would be there. Okay, similarly here NO2 minus 1 electron. So here NO2 single positive. Okay, so here what is the total number of electron? Here 17 electron. Here 1 electron will go. So now total number of electron will be 16. And structure, here what is there? Here at nitrogen atom lone pair is not there. So due to, here you can write, due to lack of lone pair and bond pair repulsion, bond angle value does not decrease. Bond angle value does not decrease due to lack of lone pair bond pair repulsion. Bond angle value does not decrease. That is why it is having linear structure. Okay, linear structure bond angle is 180 degree. Now here what would be there? This bent structure may be 118 degree or even less than that. Okay, that is why the value is not similar. The bond angle of O and O are not of the same value in NO2 single negative and NO2 positive. NO2 single negative, one lone pair will exist. Here no lone pair will exist. So in this way the answer of this question is over. Thank you, and duration of video is also over. Now tomorrow I will teach you the oxo acids of phosphorus.